I was asked to train my replacement before being laid off. What I did instead changed the company forever. I knew something was wrong the moment he emailed about a special project with our offshore team. After 12 years as senior systems architect at Meridian Tech, I'd seen enough reorganizations to recognize the warning signs. My suspicions were confirmed when Lisa, our preem of Lency, called me into her office on a Friday afternoon. Her smile was too bright, her voice too cheerful. Alex, we're bringing in some consultants from our Bangalore office for training. We'd like you to show them everything about our network infrastructure. Just a knowledge transfer exercise. I nodded, keeping my expression neutral. How long will they be here? 6 weeks, she said, shuffling papers. We need comprehensive documentation of all your systems. She wouldn't meet my eyes when I asked if my position was being eliminated. Let's focus on the knowledge transfer first, she replied. Translation: yes, but we need your brain before we take your job. That weekend, I sat on my deck watching my kids play in the backyard. 12 years at Meridian had meant missing soccer games and dance recitals. 12 years of building systems from scratch, solving impossible problems at 3 a.m. and training junior engineers who now had my old boss's job. By Monday morning, I had made my decision. When Raj and Priya, the consultants, arrived, I welcomed them warmly. They were brilliant engineers. This wasn't about them. I took them to lunch, asked about their families, and learned they were being paid a fraction of my salary to do exactly my job. Then I began the knowledge transfer my way. Instead of just documenting systems, I started teaching them how to recognize when executives were making dangerous technical decisions. I showed them where all the financial reports were stored and how to tell when numbers were being manipulated. I revealed which metrics actually mattered versus which ones were used to justify layoffs. I taught them to identify when a project was being set up to fail. I introduced them to every person in the company who actually got things done, not the managers, but the admin assistants and maintenance staff who held the real institutional knowledge. In our documentation sessions, I included sections like entering to ask when the CFO says T. Here is no budget, and how to tell when the sales team is overpromising. I created flowcharts showing exactly how decisions really got made. Bypassing the official org chart completely. By week 4, Raj and Priya were asking questions in executive meetings that made the leadership team squirm. They started pushing back on impossible deadlines. They began advocating for better security practices that had been repeatedly denied to me. In week 5, Lisa called me back to her office. Her smile was gone. What exactly have you been teaching them? She demanded. Everything I know, I replied honestly. Sir, that what you wanted? The layoff notice came the next day, 3 weeks earlier than planned. As I packed my desk, Raj and Priya stopped by. We know what they're doing, Priya whispered, and we know what you did. 6 months later, I received a Plispidine message from Raj. The offshore team had refused to implement the cost-cutting measures that would have compromised system security when threatened with replacement. They presented a comprehensive analysis showing how the proposed changes would violate compliance regulations and likely lead to a data breach. The board of directors took notice. An internal audit was conducted. 3 executives were fired, including Lisa. Yesterday, I received a call from Meridian's new CTO, a former colleague who had left years ago. We're rebuilding the technology department, she said, and we need someone who understands how things really work. My first day back is Monday. Raj is now my co-director. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just surviving the game, it's teaching others how it's really played.